get started, as an excuse to get to warmer weather in the winter has spawned decades of competition and tradition, and today, once again, these two will square off to find out who will take home the coveted jeweled shillelagh. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the home of the USC Trojans, the storied Los Angeles Coliseum. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on the 10th-ranked team in the land, the USC Trojans. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Trojans will kick it off to get us underway. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Looking to throw, it's Carr. Got the back over the middle. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
Yeah, these are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. We don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. And these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right.
Intercepted in the first drive, in for the pick. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
Great place to start for this offense. With the catch, it's Lane. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Let's talk for just a second here about USC. They've done a really good job in high school recruiting. Just last week, a commitment from a big-time 4-star defensive back. David, what does a commitment like that do for the program?
I mean, so exciting. Like, once you start creating momentum in recruiting, it's really fun to watch it. And getting a guy like that in the back end, in the secondary, that's so important to your defense, man, does it get you excited. And other guys now say, hey, I might want to go play with that cat.
This quarterback part of their running game. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, you wonder how this guy is so dynamic. It's because of his speed. You simply can't coach that. You saw it on that last carry.
The Trojans will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Got his man. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Quarterback will keep it. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. The give on the inside. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
Yeah, that's a really good job by the defense because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a 4th down.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This rivalry nearly 100 years old now, guys, dating back to when Knute Rockne had made the Irish a power and Howard Jones had done the same for the Trojans.
So many names, and then if you go recent, I mean, everybody remembers the Bush push and just so many great games in this matchup. Every year it seems like the game means a lot. And obviously, Palmer, you add a trophy, it just gets way better.
It's like the greatest players to ever do it. I mean, Joe Montana for Notre Dame, Marcus Allen, his Heisman Trophy with the Trojans, and you're right. We could go on and on and on, and it always seems like those guys play their best games in this rivalry classic.
Now here on 2nd down, see if they keep tossing it around. Back to throw, it's Carr. Moves around to clear up the vision. He makes a catch. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a 1st down.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the 1st down.
To the air on 1st down. That's caught. It's Williams.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on 2nd and short. To throw again. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Catch inside the 30 and still running. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. This Notre Dame offense carving it up. They're working with another 1st down. Running back searching for a hole. Not a lot of movement on that one. The defense in position.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Scanning the field, it's Carr. Looking to buy time. Fires downfield. Touchdown, Notre Dame! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. And these guys just score from anywhere out there? After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and they'll get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 7-3. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Arkansas delivered the type of thrashing generally reserved for homecoming games in Fayetteville. Thing is, this was a road victory, and a win like this is going to resonate throughout the SEC. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. Cross-country rivalry between these old foes. It started because Newt Rockne's wife wanted to go to California late in the season, and the next chapter unfolds today.
That sounds perfect. If my wife wanted to do the same thing I would do. Happy wife, happy life. It's always interesting to hear how these rivalry trophies come about, but I know one thing. USC, Notre Dame, every year, Palmer, is appointment television.
It is. My brother Billy played for Notre Dame, and I'll be honest, I used to get jealous watching him play against the Trojans, whether it was at Coliseum or whether it was at Notre Dame. This is one of the best rivalries in all of college football, and one that I wish I could have been a part of.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Looking downfield, it's Mayava. Steps away. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
These are the plays as a defense that mean so much for so many reasons. Getting in the backfield, obviously getting the sack, so putting them a little bit behind the sticks, but also hitting that quarterback, making him think. That goes a long way in disrupting the quarterback's rhythm.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Pulls it in, it's Cooper. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. We've come to the end of the period, and Notre Dame has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. They'll try to bully their way for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
3rd and inches, everybody knows what's coming, but it's so dang hard to stop it. You better get penetration with that defensive line. They didn't do a good enough job. Running back falls forward and does his job.
And the Trojans are moving quickly down the field. They'll leave it with him. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. All right, guys, let's think big picture USC. A big-name running back, always a great get in the recruiting world. 4-star running back they got last week. Seems as if he'll fit in nicely here.
Oh, he's going to be a great fit. I mean, when you get a great player like that, the whole fan base gets jacked up. You see it all over social media, and it starts to build some momentum in your recruiting class.
Got it behind the line. It's Lane. On the move at the 30. Wide open on the right. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Trojans! These two have spent plenty of time together. That was almost telepathic, David.
No doubt, and quarterbacks and wide receivers throw all off-season to get on the same page. You can see he hits them in stride. That's why he gets the touchdown.
And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. And they finish the drive with a big play through the air, scoring from 51 yards out. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They'll open this drive, hoping to move it down the field. A touchdown would give them the lead. Looking for a man. It's Carr. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Nice catch there. You know, I think back to great Golden Domer wide receivers and Tim Brown, who won a Heisman, Rocket Ismail, obviously. How about Jeff Samardzija? There's a name you don't hear very much anymore, but he was awesome for Brady Quinn back in the day, and all those guys had the ability to win one-on-one. Their quarterbacks knew that if they had that matchup outside, they were going to take it, and I think this quarterback feels the same way about that guy. He is just so dynamic outside.
Wants to throw on first down. Got his man on the right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Line getting set on second down. Sends it back in motion. Wants to go up top. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions from go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you can tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
Might be decision time if the defense can get a stop on third down from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. And they fail to hook up on third down.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
And this ball will be downed at around the 20. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. They'll move the wide receiver. To throw, it's Mayava. Makes the catch. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
The Trojans are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Catch in the middle, it's Cooper. And it's a catch, but he's got enough for the first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Here comes the option. There he goes! And he was off to the races, finally tripped up at the 36.
Really nice read that time by the quarterback in the option. He had the ball out on the perimeter. He saw his pitch guy open. Nobody accounted for him. So you flip it to him quickly. Nice, accurate pitch out in front of him. Easy catch. And then he's able to do the rest. Look at the speed that time on the perimeter by the pitchman, picking up a massive gain for this offense.
And the Trojans are moving quickly down the field. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. The Trojans have it with a 1st and 10. To the ground, he's got it again. This time there is no running room to be found, and this defense wasn't going to get hit with a big run twice in a row.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
Hit a little speed bump on this drive. It's 2nd and 12. Back to throw, it's Mayava. Unloads to the right. Oh, it's picked off. Got some room to run. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Well, how about that? I mean, they knew this defense was good defending the pass, but that had more to do with who's in the secondary, not necessarily who's up front. David, his best Pollock impersonation, picking that one off.
Yeah, baby, you don't get many opportunities to drop in coverage. You don't get many balls thrown your way, but when you do, you want to make sure you take advantage, showing off the athletic ability, showing the hands. The big defensive lineman comes up with the INT.
We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Back to pass. Under fire. It's incomplete, and this sophomore quarterback usually makes that throw every time.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Notre Dame facing a 3rd and long, trying to keep this drive alive. Looking to throw, it's Carr. Throws to the wideout. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
The kick is on its way. And it'll be downed right there.
This punter is such a weapon. And because he's able to get that ball down deep in his opponent's territory, that really helps out the defense. You're now forcing the opponent to drive the field to score points.
Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. goes to give off the left side. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They'll go right back to him. Oh, he's got some space. The 50. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Trojans.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. That drive took no time at all. A couple of plays and finished it with a long run for the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Buys a little time. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line? We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Looks as if he's going to run it. And they'll just play it safe with the run right back to the line of scrimmage, and we are at halftime. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Notre Dame will kick it off to start the 2nd half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the 1st half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the 3rd quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the 2nd half.
And the Trojans are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. He wants to change this route. Looking to pass. It's Maiava. He's going to have enough to pick up the 1st down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. 3rd and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, 1st down.
The Trojans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Trying to make magic on the scramble.
Yeah, and he does a really good job being decisive, getting downhill, being a great runner. And guess what? You know how easy offense is when you get me at second and short, second and medium? Everything in the playbook is open to me.
And the Trojans can really attack on this second and short. Looking to fire. Finding open areas. Turning it on! Defense uses the sideline there, and he gets it into plus territory at the 49. The Trojans are flying down the field. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Snagged in the middle. It's Lions. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Second down, he'll throw it. Dumps it off in the flats. How about the blow he delivered in banging his way to the 41? Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many ways to use them, but exactly. Get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision.
Look out, he's got room. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, and it's a nice decision by the quarterback when you run these RPOs. Man, if you can give it to him and you can get such positive yards like that, continue to do it. Make that defense react a different way, then I'll throw the football.
And the Trojans kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
I know that one hit the ground, but you haven't seen that a lot. He completed over 70% of his throws in their last game. He's over 80% in this game. My old offensive coordinator, Sean Payton, used to say, bore me with completions. This guy will put you to sleep.
So now it's second and long. Might be changing the route. To the air. It's Mayava. Right on target this time. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
Really nice pass right there. This guy's got a lot to live up to. So much pressure when you think about playing quarterback for the Trojans. Heisman winners, guys like Carson Palmer, Matt Leinart, Caleb Williams. There's a lot of people watching this guy hoping he can be the next great one at USC. When you see throws like that, it gives you the hope that maybe, you know what, he might just be.
They believe they can run right here. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
They got nothing on the last play. It's second and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. Fires to the big fella. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 13. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
The Trojans are at the line trying to move the sticks on third and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And he gets it inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9 where it'll be first and goal.
When I think you're seeing the mental approach this offense is taking now. With a nice lead here late in the third quarter, they're satisfied to just run the ball and chip away at this clock. This has been a really good-looking drive. Plenty of plays. They're staying on the field. They're bleeding and ticking this clock away. Nice job there getting it done on the ground.
They'll run it on first and goal. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Southern Cal! Traveler and the entire Trojan Nation starting to feel their oats as SC has built a lead in this one.
I'm impressed, too, with the Trojans in this one. They've got a lot of competition in conference week in, week out. You don't get a break when you go out of conference to play Notre Dame, but mentally, they've had a lot left in the tank. They are dominating Notre Dame here.
And it's so fun to watch year after year. Great uniforms, great football. This matchup, the Jewel Shillelagh, every single year is always fun to watch.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Tight end now in motion. Dropping back, it's Carr. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. Big play for the Irish there, reminiscent of a Tim Brown or Rocket Ismail.
Yeah, and I'm glad you used a reference in the last 30 years, Reese. You know, just trying to find playmakers at Notre Dame, and Michael Mayer, obviously, in the recent years was a guy that you could really, really depend on. Trying to find those golden Tates, those elite players out wide is something they've been missing over the last several years.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
He's going to let it go. Grabs it inside the 15. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Florida State is down, but they are not out of it. Not there inside Doak Campbell Stadium, one of the more special places to watch a game in all of college football. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Florida. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Going to try to get it himself. Breaks into the open. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, keep this drive rolling.
That's the end of the period, and USC has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. So first down will open up the final period. Dropping back, it's Mayava. Wide open downfield. And he's down after the short completion. He did not make it to the first down marker.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
And the Trojans in a good spot here with second and short. All down, they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Quick handoff. There he goes! And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, USC! As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Paul.
I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here come the Irish, back on offense. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings. Going deep. Makes a grab on the shot. Right down the gut of the field. Touchdown, Irish. He found some open space and turned on the Jets. He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And before they can kick it, the receiving team's going to call a timeout. So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Leaves it with the back. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Right back to him on the ground. Gets it past the marker. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down. When your best is demanded on a big stage like this against a rival, he has delivered, cracking the 150-yard mark.
No doubt about it. What do we say? Big-time players make big plays in big games. The games don't get bigger than this for this team right here, and this guy, David, has shown up today.
Man, it's so nice as a coach to have that dude that you know you can count on. He'll put up big numbers, and he's been carrying this offense.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. Defense not budging. He's still able to get 2 to the 29.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. They'll go to the ground. Fighting off the defender. Oh, he's got some space. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. And he's over 200 yards from scrimmage. And stop me if you've seen this type of performance before from someone donning that Trojan on his headgear.
So many great players that carry the ball year after year for USC, and just big-time stars. Guys that come in, you know their name immediately. Playmakers that can do amazing things with the football, and this guy's putting on a show.
And the Trojans are rolling down the field. Looking for a crease to the left. Shakes off the defender. And he moved it slightly forward. Defense played it well.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now, but we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. They're in control. The clock is their friend. You'd have to expect another run here on 2nd and 6. The lone back's got it. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The Trojans come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Rides to back and leaves it. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Oh, and the attempt is no good. The lead is still at double digits, but missed a chance to make it bigger.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
They'll try to put a drive together starting from the 36. To the air, it's Carr. That's caught. It's Gilbert. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
Hey, the defense is going to give you those all day. We're late in the game now. They've got the big lead. Expect them to play big zone defenses and try to keep the football in front of them. If you want to throw it short, they're just going to rally to the ball and just bleed this game out.
Gets the back moving. To the air on second down. Buys a little time with his feet. Did the work himself. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man there. Don't force the football. We already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the first down. Now you got to keep it going.
Looking to throw on first down. Under fire. Makes the catch. It's Gilbert. He goes out of bounds across the 25, mark it at the 24, and this defense, its head is spinning.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. Looking to throw on first down. A shot toward the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, they're not able to hook up on that throw, but they need to score now. At this juncture of the game, this late in the game, they need a touchdown, they need an onside kick recovered, and they need to score again if they're going to win. The sense of urgency is just off the charts.
Back to pass, it's Carr. Throws toward the end zone. It's picked off. That's 18 of those this season.
Explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Tommy Trojan rides with a sword on his belt and a jeweled shillelagh at his side after knocking off the Fighting Irish. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.